For the longest time, the word safe just made me think of, well, movies. You know, like some huge vault or maybe this tiny box a cartoon burglar could just tuck under his arm.
Right.
It never really felt like something, for a normal house. But then I started noticing actually quite a few of my friends, just regular people,
Yeah.
have a small safe at home.
Hmm.
They're not spies or anything, just protecting valuables. It got me thinking, maybe we're missing the point about what they're actually for these days.
And that's exactly what we want to get into today. It's really not about the Hollywood drama, is it? It's more about, well, practical security,
Right.
everyday peace of mind.
Yeah.
Lots of people are looking for solid ways to secure things like, say, gold jewelry, important papers, even personal seals, which, in some cultures are like official signatures.
Right, the chops.
Exactly. So this deep dive is really about cutting through those old ideas and giving you the information you need to decide if this is right for you.
Absolutely. Our mission here is simple. We want to take you from just being curious about home safes to feeling confident making a decision. We've dug into this really helpful guide, Protecting Valuables, Your Home Safe Guide. And we're going to pull out the key stuff, bust some myths, and give you practical advice. By the end, you should have a really clear picture. Is a safe something you need? And if yes, how do you even start choosing one?
It's about understanding what's actually out there now, not just relying on, well, outdated notions of security.
Okay, so let's tackle one of those notions straight away.
Yeah.
Because honestly, this was my first thought, and the guide's author apparently felt the same initially. The big question, aren't safes just easy to carry off?
Ah, yes, that one comes up a lot.
I mean, you see it all the time in films, right? Someone
Yeah.
just half sit and walks out the door.
It's a totally understandable concern, and historically, maybe more true. But modern safes are designed differently. That's the key thing. It's not just about being heavy anymore. Most good home safes today come with pre-drilled holes for mounting. They're meant to be bolted down securely to a wall or the floor, even inside a sturdy cabinet.
Right.
And once you do that, it completely changes the situation. It's not a portable box anymore. It's basically part of the building structure. That dramatically ramps up the theft resistance.
So the answer to won't burglars just carry it away
Is no, not if you install it properly. That anchoring is crucial.
that makes a huge difference. It's like a simple engineering fix that totally changes the game.
Hmm.
Okay. But then, beyond just stopping thieves,
Hmm.
our research turned up something, well, really quite unexpected. Another reason people buy them.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually reminded me of my grandmother. She had this special drawer for important papers, partly for safety, but she also thought it brought good luck.
Interesting.
Well, the guide mentions this belief placing a safe in your home's wealth corner to attract prosperity. Apparently, it's a thing. I actually know a couple of friends in sales who admitted they bought theirs partly for that reason. It's symbolic for them.
That's fascinating, isn't it? It shows that for some people, a safe is more than just a metal box. It taps into something deeper.
Yeah?
It blends that practical need for security with, well, personal beliefs, aspirations, maybe even a bit of feng shui thinking. It highlights these multiple layers, protecting what you have, but also maybe hoping to attract more,
Right.
enhancing that sense of well-being.
It really is a mix of the practical and the personal. So,
Hmm.
okay, if you're listening and thinking, all right, maybe a safe isn't such a crazy idea, the next question is probably, where do I even start looking?
Right. There are lots of options.
Our guide highlights a few specific models, not like an ad, but more as examples of the different features and types you might encounter. They're apparently popular choices and well-rated.
Exactly. They give you a good sense of the range, different protection levels, different ways to open them, different price points, but all aiming for reliable security.
Okay, let's look at the first one mentioned. The Tiger King Small Safe Box for Home. What stood out to me here was that the guide's author actually uses this one personally.
That's usually a good sign.
Yeah, it seems like a good example of a modern, convenient safe. It's got an electronic keypad lock, so no keys to lose, which is a plus for me.
Definitely.
The size is described as ideal for personal stuffed jewelry, maybe some documents, small gadgets, and it has little touches like an internal LED light so you're not fumbling in the dark. Solid steel, looks pretty sleek too.
So, practical everyday security. Makes sense. Then there's the SentrySafe waterproof and fireproof alloy steel digital safe box. SentrySafe is a pretty well-known brand, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard of them. They seem reputable.
And this model emphasizes that dual protection, waterproof and fireproof. That's a significant step up in peace of mind, especially if you're storing things like birth certificates, passports, deeds.
Or digital media, maybe, like hard drives.
Exactly. Things vulnerable to more than just theft, fire, and water damage can be just as devastating for irreplaceable items. It also has a digital lock, offering security against, well, a wider range of disasters.
Okay, that makes sense for critical documents.
Oh.
And the third example is the AGI's Fireproof Safe Box. This one is pointed out as being great value for money.
Right, balancing cost and features.
It still offers fire resistance, which seems important, and has the electronic keypad, but also includes a backup key, just in case.
Always good to have a backup.
Yeah. It seems like a solid all-rounder, good for home or maybe a small office, without maybe the higher price tag of the heavy-duty waterproof models. It shows you can get decent protection without breaking the bank.
Precisely. And these examples really underline that the best safe isn't universal. It's about matching the features, the security level, the access method, the resistance ratings to what you specifically need to protect, and, of course, your budget.
Okay, with those examples in mind, let's shift gears a bit and get into some really practical questions. The guide has a great FAQ section, and these are the things people probably wonder about once they start seriously considering a safe. First off, how do I actually choose one? Beyond those specific models, what's the thought process?
That's the crucial starting point, isn't it? Because it's definitely not one size fits all. The absolute first thing to ask is, what am I trying to protect?
Right.
If it's mainly cash or valuable jewelry, then your priority is probably high security against theft, strong locks, thick steel, pry resistance. But if you're more concerned about documents, photos, digital backups, things like that.
Then the fireproof and waterproof features become more important.
Exactly. Those become paramount. Then you need to think about size. Will it physically fit what you need to store? And just as importantly, where will you put it? Does it fit that space?
And the lock type too, right?
Oh.
Key, keypad, fingerprint.
Yes. Each has pros and cons. A key is simple but can be lost or copied. A keypad is convenient but needs power, and you have to remember the code. Biometrics are fast but can sometimes be finicky. It's about balancing convenience and security for your own needs.
That's a really helpful framework. Okay, next big question, always. Money. How much does a safe cost? Are we talking hundreds? Thousands?
Well, for the kind of small home safes we're generally discussing, you're typically looking in the range of, say, $200 to $500.
Okay, that seems manageable for many people.
It is. Of course, that price varies. Brand name matters, size matters, and especially those extra protections, serious fire ratings. Waterproofing those will push the price towards the higher end of that range, or sometimes beyond for very specialized models. But it's definitely an accessible investment for basic peace of mind.
Good to know. Now, let's circle back to insulation because it seems so critical. The guide specifically asks again, won't burglars just carry the safe away? Just to hammer the point home.
And the answer, again, is a firm no if it's installed right. Bolting it down is the key. Anchoring it securely to a floor or wall stud. That step is non-negotiable if you want it to be truly effective against removal.
So let me just ask point blank. Should I bolt my safe down?
Yes, absolutely. Always. It transforms it from a heavy box into a fixture. That's where the real security against simple carry-off comes from.
Got it. Okay, what about what goes inside? Common question. What should I keep in a safe beyond the obvious, like cash or jewelry?
That's a good question because people sometimes overlook important things. Think about anything that would be incredibly difficult, expensive, or impossible to replace.
Right.
Passports, birth certificates, bank books, those personal seals we mentioned. Also, consider digital backups, external hard drives with vital data or irreplaceable photos, maybe some sentimental items too. Basically, centralize anything you absolutely cannot afford to lose to theft, fire, or water.
Right, things that would cause a major headache if they vanished. Okay, location again. Can I put a safe inside a closet? It seems like a logical, discreet place.
Yes, a closet is often a very good choice. It's out of sight. The main things are make sure the spot is structurally sound, stable, and that you can still bolt it down properly in there. Anchoring is still key, even in a closet. You need to be able to secure it to the floor or wall studs within the closet space.
And if I move houses, is it stuck there forever?
Oh, no. Bolting it down makes it secure, but it's not permanent like concrete. You can unbolt it and take it with you if you move, then reinstall it in your new place. It's secure, but movable when you need to move it.
Okay, good. And then there's the scenario everyone dreads. What if I can't open my safe? Or, maybe worse, what if I lose the key? That sounds like panic stations.
It does feel like a nightmare, doesn't it? But manufacturers know this happens. It's a valid concern.
So what do you do?
Well, first, many safes, especially electronic ones, come with an emergency backup key precisely for this reason. Keep that key somewhere safe, separate from the safe itself, obviously.
Obviously.
That's your first option. If you lose the main key or forget the code and you don't have or can't find the backup key, then your next step is to contact the manufacturer's customer service.
And they can just open it.
Not usually directly, but they can guide you. They might be able to help you reset a code, often requiring proof of ownership, or connect you with a certified locksmith or technician who is authorized to work on their safes. They'll likely need you to verify your identity first, though, for security reasons.
Right. You wouldn't want just anyone calling up to get into your safe.
Exactly. So while it's stressful, there are usually ways to resolve it. It's not typically a locked forever situation.
That's reassuring. Wow, this has been incredibly clarifying. We've covered a lot. From myths to practicalities, which really brings us down to the fundamental question, the one probably running through listeners' minds right now. Okay, bottom line, do I really need a safe at home?
And that, connecting all these threads, really comes down to your personal situation and what you value. If you think about it, do you have important documents that would be a huge pain or even impossible to replace?
Birth certificates, passports, deeds.
Yeah. Do you own valuables, maybe inherited jewelry, some cash reserves that you want to keep secure? Do you have digital backups, critical data on hard drives?
Yeah, photos, work files.
If the answer to any of those is yes, then a home safe offers a really effective, centralized way to protect those items. It's not just against theft, remember, but potentially against fire and water damage too, depending on the model you choose. The guide strongly reinforces that yes, modern home safes are secure, provided you choose a decent quality one, you put it somewhere discreet, and crucially,
You bolt it down.
you bolt it down and you use a reliable locking system. It's about taking proactive control, creating a physical barrier for the things that matter most in, let's face it, a world that can be pretty unpredictable.
So thinking about all this, what does it really mean for you listening right now? We've hopefully shown that home safes aren't just for the super rich or spies in movies. They're actually more common, more accessible, and frankly more effective than many people think, especially when installed correctly. They offer specific solutions, whether your main worry is theft or fire or even humidity-damaging sensitive items. But maybe think beyond just the physical stuff inside. Consider that other benefit, the peace of mind.
That's a big one.
Yeah. What's that worth? Knowing your most important documents, your irreplaceable valuables, are secure. So the thought to leave you with is this. What are you protecting, or what could you be protecting better? And beyond just safeguarding things, how might that feeling of security free you up? What possibilities open up when you know the foundations are safe? How might that allow you to focus more on, well, living your life?